Hi, it's Paul Slack. It's Good News Planet. I'm here with Dan Weber. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Great, Paul. Great to be talking to you.
All right. We have spoken in the past as well. Dan is the president of AMAC, Association of Mature American Citizens. Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about the organization.
Okay, well, just like there's competition, Avis has Hertz and Coca-Cola has Pepsi, AARP had no competition. And we said, well, a lot of older folks don't go along with some of the things that AARP has been proposing. For example, they favored Obamacare. So we started AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, to offer an alternative for folks who have a more conservative view.
Okay. And what are some of the kinds of things you do?
Well, in addition to having many member benefits, such as discounts for rental cars, hotels, and things of that nature, discounts on insurance, health insurance, life insurance, we have a strong advocacy in Washington, D.C. Right now, nobody is pushing for a Social Security solution except AMAC. We have a proposal. We've gone to both sides of the aisle, and we think it's a common sense solution to the problem that we're all facing.
All righty. And the what is, because we're going to talk about the mature community and the senior or 50-plus community, and we're also, though, going to talk about seniors on fixed incomes are denied a 1% cost of living increase. Okay. What does that actually mean?
Okay, well, normally the Social Security raises people's benefits based on the increase in inflation. However, in 2009 and 2010, the government said that inflation wasn't enough to cause an increase. So seniors who are collecting Social Security received no increase those 2 years, even though gasoline went up $1 a gallon. Now, interestingly, we did get increases in the time between last year, 1.5, 1.7, 2.3, and so on in the intermediary years. But the whole point is that next year, it looks like we're not going to get an increase again. And even though medical costs went up over 3%, food costs went up almost 2%, seniors on Social Security aren't going to get an increase.
I wonder, is there anything out there that has gone down?
Gasoline.
Gasoline did go down. That is the only thing that I can think of.
That's right. And get this, when gasoline went up, now think about this, Paul. When gasoline went up, we didn't get an increase, okay, in Social Security. So now gasoline goes down, and we're still not getting an increase, even though everything else went up. See, seniors don't drive. We don't drive like we used to when we were younger. We just don't put on the mileage. But yet we're getting penalized for this energy. They say energy was cut so much. But that's unfair to seniors. Seniors eat, we pay rent, and we go to doctors. And, those costs have gone up, and we really think there should be an increase. Surprisingly, AMAC is the only outfit that's calling for at least a minimum of 1% increase next year.
Well, it's a good thing. I'm 66 or so, and I don't see anything much lower. I mean, you even go in to buy some milk, and it goes up fluctuates, and the basic essentials of life. There's nobody bringing them down.
No. That's exactly right. Yep.
That's not good news, and Social Security has been our lifeblood for many, right? I mean, it worked a long time.
Unfortunately, about half of Americans is the major part of their retirement income.
Mm-hmm. So we need it.
We sure do. Yep.
Isn't a reason. So how can people help to support your outreach here?
Okay, well, what AMAC's been doing is we've been going to the Congress, House and Senate, Republicans and Democrats, and we have meetings with the elected officials and sometimes their staff, and we've had over 200 meetings in the last 18 months. And when we see them, and they're all very courteous, every one of them, But when we go in to see them, we say, well, this is what we think, should be done. Here's our alternative. We'd be happy to compromise, negotiate. The main thing, we want to save Social Security, and we want to do it without raising taxes. We can adjust different formulas and so on. So we've been getting a good reception, and it's kind of funny, Paul. Several years ago, when we had 100,000 members, we could barely get an appointment with one of the assistant staff that's usually a very junior person. Now that we're over 1 million, we get to see the elected officials. Or sometimes we just as soon see the staffers because they do some of the nitty-gritty work. They know more of the details often. So, but now because of the size of our membership, we're able to get to see them. If we had 5 million, 1 million, or 10 million, we would have clout without, making an iron fist. Just the fact that we have 10 million members would give us tremendous clout, and we think if we strongly urge them to vote for something, that would have a big, big influence.
What is your website, Dan?
Website, www.amac.us, not .com, but amac.us. We're $16 a year, Paul, and most folks can't afford that. This counts if you join for 3 or 5 years.
And you have a big membership, too, I believe.
Yeah, thank God. We're over 1.25 million.
Right. I know. It's growing, and congratulations since we spoke last. Let me ask you 2 last questions, and thank you for speaking out for the senior community who needs a big voice. And there's some amazing statistics out there, actually, that the older demographics by 2017 have almost 70% of disposable income in a certain way as well. The community is growing at a rapid pace worldwide, and we need representation like what you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's good news for you, Dan?
Well, the good news is we still are growing, and we're offering more benefits. We just offered a benefit for rental cars. That we had a program. Now we have a program that's even better. And we came out with a Medicare supplement that should do really well. Our main competitor only represents one company. We have 7 companies. So if somebody calls AMAC and asks for a Medicare supplement price comparison, which, by the way, Medicare recommends, the government agency says, anyone on Medicare should get a comparison, every year, at least every other year, to see if they're being overcharged. And we now deal with 7 companies, so we shop within the 7 companies. And I'm very happy to say that most times we're able to save seniors money on the Medicare supplements. That's happy.
That's great news. Beautiful. All right, Dan, thanks so much for sharing good news with us and this important information.
Good talking, Paul.
Take care. Thank you.